So spring has finally arrived, and that means at least 6 months of mud and grime build up in our car. It's time to fight back, and that's where this little guy can come in handy. And also in this video we're featuring the new Vax dry extension kit. A warm welcome back to the channel, guys. So a few years ago, extraction specialist Vax updated their compact spot extraction devices with the new Spot Wash Max and the Spot Wash Home extractor that we're featuring in this video. So what do you mean by spot wash extraction devices, John? That sounds very technical. Well, it's quite simple. You've got your traditional kind of larger carpet extractors that you would use if you're going to do an extraction on a full carpet, for example, on an interior, where it's going to be probably an upright machine that's designed to cover more ground, hold more solution, and probably have more power. With spot wash systems, they're compact, they're portable, and they're more for on-demand kind of stains and spills or extractions in smaller areas. Indeed, your footwell of your car, your floor mats, fabric seats in cars, but of course in the house as well. Floor mats, pillows, fabric seats. Extraction where you might tip over a glass of wine and have a small stain. You're not going to do the entire carpet, but you're just going to work on that particular spot or stain. So that's where the term comes from, guys. And the advantages of these smaller machines is that they take up less space, they're easier to store away, the setup time is quicker on them, and indeed they're very affordable and good value. So they've been one of the most popular kind of devices, if you like, that we featured on this channel. So the claim to fame of the Spot Wash Home pet design is it's the most compact extractor in their range. What do you get for your money, guys? Well, you get a range of different nozzle attachments. So the standard attachment, which is great for the footwell of the car, it's a little bit more compact. It can get underneath things. A larger extraction tool for when you're covering more ground. Typically, this will do like a stairwell better than the smaller head. You get a brush attachment that can clip on the back so you can agitate the fibres as you're doing the extraction. But on the larger system, you also get a rubberized attachment, which I find is useful for tile grouting, non-fabric kind of extraction where you really want to kind of wipe the surface, but also quite useful for dog hair in cars. And you get this rotary attachment, which is driven by the power of the machine, so that if you're doing a nice wider flat area and you need to scrub it a little bit more, well, this machine can do the scrubbing for you and take away some of that kind of exertion and effort, if you like. There's also a fantastic crevice extraction tool, which is great for the edges of car seats where the bigger heads can't get right into the corner or down into those little gaps, and indeed in the footwell around the edges and under the floor pedals where it's sometimes harder to get with the bigger machine. The crevice extraction tool I find is fantastic. Another piece of good news, if you're interested in buying one of these, you can get an additional 10% off at checkout with using the code JOHN10. There's more good news. Vax have released a new add-on specifically for the car cleaning community that allows you to do dry extraction as well as the wet extraction with your machines. So these add-on devices are there so you don't have to have a dry extractor, get that out, set that up, just to pick up crumbs on the fabric or bits of loose dirt before you do the wet extraction. So you can attach this to your existing units and go around a car seat, for example, pick up those crumbs, bits of loose debris, and then put the wet extractor heads on and do the wet extraction afterwards. The dry extractor, as well as a standard brush attachment, which is really useful for getting into vents and all the little kind of bits that you can't access with the normal vacuum, just to kind of agitate it. It has a crevice tool that allows you to get into all the gaps and down in the seats and all the areas that you can't normally reach. So this new add-on from Vax is really going to give you some value and save you having to set up two machines just to get rid of that loose debris prior to wet extraction. So if you're new to detailing and looking at these extractors and thinking, why do I kind of need this? Can't I just kind of like wipe the fibre with a cloth or something like that to clean it? Well, basically that's your only alternative method. if you've got some sort of dirty carpet or stain, is to spray it with some detergent, scrub away at it, and then wipe it with a microfiber cloth. That's good at getting rid of some of the dirt on the surface, and the microfiber can absorb it. But really, if you're going to extract the carpets, you need to circulate a cleaning solution into the carpet, and that breaks down and emulsifies any grease or stains or contamination, liquefies them, and then you suck up that liquefied dirt and surfactant back into the machine. So you're essentially putting in the cleaning solution, letting it do its work, agitating it with a brush, and then extracting it. So at the end, you're not leaving that kind of cleaning solution in the carpet. Ultimately, with these machines, the proof is in the pudding. Whenever you tend to use them, especially on footwells, the solution starts off clean, it goes through, and the dirty solution goes in the dirt reservoir. And after you've done a footwell on the car, that dirt reservoir will be full of dark, brown, horrible, dirty water that you empty away. And that's the proof in the pudding, that all of that dirt that's in that solution has been extracted out of your carpets and upholstery or fabrics. So I originally got into extraction, guys, because of my love of automotive detailing and cleaning cars and doing extractions with a larger, more powerful classic VAX 6131T, the original household extractor. But when these devices came out, for my requirements, they were just a little bit easier to set up and more rapid and more suitable for what I wanted to do with them, primarily car seats and footwells. But these devices are really designed to be household extractors, and the name pet design, so they're ideal for people that have pets or puppies that might make mess on the carpet, which is exactly what we have inside. So I typically keep one unit inside for household duties and another unit in my garage for car duties. The main advantage is when I need them in an emergency, the setup time is very quick. So I'll just grab it out of the cupboard, put the solution in it, and I'll be extracting usually within a minute or two of the accident, spillage, mess from the dog, whatever the stain is. And once I've extracted it, it's relatively simple then to stow the item away, clean up all of the accessories and reservoirs, so that you don't build up dirt in the filters and the extractor heads. That's really important to maintain it. And then stow the unit back away so it's ready to go for next time. I've been using them for a few years, and because of it, the fabrics in my house, my seats that I sit on, the cushions, the stairwells, the floor mats, all of the areas where the dog resides are a lot cleaner, and that also helps to keep the odours you have from pets under control as well. So these devices have been fantastic for me, not just for automotive stuff, but in the house as well. So we started this video by saying that we've just been through a long winter. Now spring's hitting and it gets lighter, and you start to see the inside of your car and the ground gets a bit drier. All of that mud that you've put in your car over winter, my beige foot mats, particularly in the driver's side, have gone like a darker kind of brown, almost black. So when I extract those, they'll go back to looking like they should do. The Golf has got sand and mud in the fabric seats where we've been doing all the dog walk and not really kind of caring for the car so much as it's freezing cold. So we want to almost reset the interior and just get it back to a nice condition that when you get back in the car, it's not kind of embarrassing or you feel like you need to kind of clean it. And I think that's where these devices are fantastic. For not a lot of money, they allow you really to maintain the two most important areas of your life. Primarily your house and all the carpets and fabrics in there, but then after that, your cars. And if you're a detailing nut like me, then they come in really, really useful and they get used all the time. And I want to re-emphasize that code at checkout using the link in the description will get you an additional 10% off of these machines. And finally, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to VAX for partnering up the channel once again. I've been using their extractor systems for decades, and I'm looking forward to using them for years to come. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Bye for now.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when